Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm Get Good Guy, and a new week of the Tides of War is right around the corner. At the time of making this video, it's the 20th of February 2019, and the new weekly challenges go live on the 21st. This means there's going to be a new reward available, the Valentine Archer, a British tank. So I'm producing a quick unlock guide for you to cut down on the time required to actually get your hands on that reward. I'm releasing this video a little before the challenges go live, so you can get a look at what's required and work out the best path for you to take. If you want to see how long is left for you before the challenges start, you can do so by looking at the in-game timer, unless the challenges are already live when you're watching this video. As ever, some of the challenges are very simple, but people seemingly want to keep seeing these guides regardless, as I've been consistently asked about last week's guide as I didn't make one. I did explain in another video though that I wouldn't be making one as it was a vehicle focused week of which I have no expertise or interest in. But we're back this week. I do want to say quickly though that I'm giving these tips based upon the description for each challenge. If it turns out DICE haven't been good at making it clear which modes you can and can't play, then simply select each challenge individually and go to whatever mode they select for you. I'll be working under the assumption that you can play any viable mode though, as long as the challenge description doesn't indicate otherwise. So let's get into how you can unlock the Valentine Archer fast. So as usual, we have a challenge tree to work through. You don't have to complete every challenge, simply select the path that works best for you. We'll start with the first challenge and one that everyone does have to complete, the whites of their eyes. Kill an enemy within 15 meters. So obviously here, it's best to focus on getting up close and involved. Don't stress about dying too much, you're just looking to tick this close range kill off. And thus, a close range weapon such as an SMG, an assault rifle or a shotgun would be a good choice, but you should use whatever you're comfortable with. And really this is just a gimme challenge. It's killing one enemy within 15 meters guys, so it's just going to happen without even thinking about it, as long as you don't simply camp on a hill somewhere. Then we come to a choice of 3 challenges. We'll go for the top one first, Relentless Advance. Kill 10 enemies while attacking objectives. This appears to mean you can select any mode that has objectives, although keep in mind my earlier advice if that doesn't seem to work. But if it does, then I like modes such as Frontlines and Conquest, as you have the opportunity to attack objectives in pretty much every game, whereas some other modes you'll be stuck defending sometimes, such as in Operations. With your mode selected, be sure to play the objective, keep moving forwards and capping up what's available. Don't worry about dying too much again, and be sure to pick weapons that suit the map, the situation and your playstyle. I'd also advise sticking with your squad as long as they're playing objectively, and if they aren't, then perhaps consider moving to a more attack-minded squad. Either way, it's only 10 enemies, so it's nice and simple. The second challenge option here is improved visibility. Spot 10 enemies using spotting flares in one life. So you'll need to select the recon class and the flare gun. The flare gun itself requires you to fire it into the air and it will spot enemies it passes over with an area of effect. My tip would be to try to fire them over high traffic areas and objectives in order to maximize your chances of spotting as many enemies as possible. You can also take advantage of resupply stations and support crates in order to get hold of more flares. So having a support with crates in your squad could be a great help, as could perhaps having a medic to keep you alive. Regardless, play somewhat passively, focus on just firing those flares towards the enemy, and getting 10 spots in one life shouldn't be too hard. Or we have the third challenge option, keep them at bay. Kill 10 enemies while defending objectives. This is the flip side of the earlier challenge of killing enemies while attacking, but a lot of the same rules apply. Play objectively, choose a mode that has objectives, so Conquest, Frontlines, Domination, etc. Focus on keeping the objective and using pertinent equipment. And if you capture something, don't just run away from it straight away. Defend it. This is useful for your team and will speed up how quickly you can tick this challenge off. With one of those challenges completed, we now come to another choice of 3 paths. I think for a lot of people, the bottom path is going to be the one that's easiest to actively complete, so I'll cover that first. It begins with Shore It Up, build 5 fortifications. This is so incredibly simple. Whip your build tool out and look around for what you can build. This is like a 30-second job. Construct 5 fortifications and you're done. And supports can build faster than other classes if you're actually bothered about that. Then we have On 2 Feet. Resupply bandages or revive teammates 10 times. Again, just super simple, it's basically just being a good and effective medic. So throw bandages to or drop crates for as many allies as you can. I think pouches are better for this, as you can force your allies to take them if they need them and not rely upon them choosing to pick them up from a crate. Also stay close to allies to increase the speed of completion. The more allies there are to heal, the faster you can get this done. And as far as reviving is concerned, you can Rambo it or pick your moment more carefully. But remember that using smoke nades and the smoke launcher can be great for concealing your revives. Or we have the middle path with just one challenge, which is operational success, win 3 rounds. Honestly, this seems like you can play any mode you like, but you never know with dice these days. The name having operations in it could feasibly mean you need to play operations. I mean, really, who knows? It's not even worth guessing anymore. But basically, just play the game. You'll win rounds as you play anyway. If you can play any mode, then smaller game modes give you more of a chance to make an individual impact. But play what you enjoy, and having a capable squad can of course help. But you'll likely get this challenge done passively as you try to do other challenges anyway. Or we have the top path, which starts with knock 'em down. Destroy 10 fortifications. This is very simple also. Use explosives to destroy fortifications. The assault class is great for this with dynamite, the Piat, etc. And I believe you'll probably be able to even build fortifications and then simply knock them back down again to complete this challenge. If not, then just head to enemy objectives and destroy their fortifications. Using a vehicle could also work well for this, I guess, but basically just use whatever you like that can cause an explosion. Then on this path we come to keep them running. Repair teammates' vehicles for 150 health. So you just pull out your repair tool, which by default is the same button or key as your fortification tool, run up to a damaged allied vehicle and start to repair away at it. What I like to do is be behind the vehicle and repair from there, walking with it if I need to. So mainly focus on being on the other side of the vehicle from the enemy and use the vehicle itself as your cover. Then we come to another choice of 3 paths. I think the middle one is by far the easiest, so we're going to cover that first. It's called Common Goal. Complete 3 squad orders. So get into a mode with objectives in it. Here you either need to have a squad leader that knows what they're doing, or you can be the squad leader yourself. Now simply pay attention to what's going on. If an objective can be captured, then mark it and do so. If there's nothing really going on, then mark an objective you already have and hold it for the required amount of time. Very, very easy. Just be on the ball with marking appropriately, and this will be done in no time. Or we have the top path. Fire in the hole. Arm one objective in airborne, rush, or front lines. So you need to be attacking, and you can go about it in 3 ways. You could rush the bomb quickly and try to catch the enemy unprepared. You can take your time, clear the area, and pick your moment. Or you can try to ninja plant without the enemy realizing. Whatever you choose, smoke can be helpful for concealing that you're planting. Using the actual site as cover is also advisable, and being part of an organized squad can be obviously helpful as well. Or there's the bottom path. Device disabled. Disarm one armed objective. So play rush, front lines, etc. Be defending, and now you can again choose how to approach disabling the bomb. Although this time you can't simply rush it, as obviously the bomb needs to have been planted for you to disable it, but smoke and being part of a good squad can again help. With one of those completed, we then come to our final challenge, Pineapple Mash. Inflict 500 damage using hand grenades. Now honestly, I don't know why they're making this an obligatory challenge. I think it's a poor choice honestly, but regardless, just go mad with grenades and resupply wherever you can. Focusing on throwing the grenades at high traffic areas and objectives would likely be a good shout, and just use whatever you're comfortable with. And having made it through that, you now have the Valentine Archer tank. Congratulations, you should be able to claim it from your armory. And that's this week's Fast Unlock Guide. I hope it helps some of you out. I produce these on a regular basis, and if you enjoyed this entry, please feel free to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join my Discord server in the description and my pinned comment. Here's the Board of Awesome for the epic people who support the channel on Patreon. They're all absolute heroes and love them all deeply and often. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, the link to the Patreon page is in the description and my pinned comment. And with that all said, I'm Get Good Guy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.